Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is SoFlo Josh and we're here at Audi Miami South to film this 2025 Audi RS3 for y'all. Now, if you guys are interested in purchasing this Audi or any other Audis, make sure to go ahead and contact the general manager, Florin, and use promo code Let's Go Florin for additional savings. So underneath the hood lies the company's 2.5 liter turbocharged inline 5-cylinder producing 394 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque straight through a 7-speed S-Tronic DCT transmission to all 4 wheels, and has a limited slip differential at the rear to send more power to that rear. Now let's go ahead and talk about the design of the refreshed RS3 model. So up at the front we get a completely new front end design. So we have a larger opening grille design with this model. Everything here, as you see, that's opened up is for the purpose of cooling down the 2.5 liter turbocharged inline 5-cylinder, as well as cooling down those brakes, which is really huge. As you see, you have some inlets on either side of the front grille, as well as the intercooler on either end of the side intakes, which is very nice. And a little callback to the Audi Quattro models that had the 3 slats at the front. It's right below there, right below your sensor for your forward mitigation as well as your cruise control. You do have the new Audi logo right here, finished a nice darkened gray design with the 360 degrees camera up at the front. Now these headlights have actually had the same one as what we found on the S3 model that I filmed some months ago. Very nice design. They have the ability to go ahead and change the design. Once you open it up, it will have a checkered design to it. Speaking about that, let's go ahead and show you the key fob really quick. Very nice key fob with the RS logo at the back. And then once you unlock it, as you see, it does have the turn signal, and that design does come right there. As you see, very nice checker design. You do have projector lights up at the front, full LED projector lights, high beam assist, and cornering lights right over here off to the left. Very nice design overall in the front end as well. Let's go ahead and talk about the side of this vehicle. So over here we have the 19-inch RS wheels, and they are a snowflake design with a machine finish and dark gloss black on the inserts as well. We do have the Audi ceramic brakes at the back for this model to stop that beast of an engine that's underneath the hood. I really like the overall design of it. You do have these performance tires that come with it, which are going to help with overall grip. These are the summer tires, so they're gonna also be very efficient when it comes to Florida area, because right now it is extremely hot over here. And then the side profile of this model, as you see, we do have a whitened front fender with this little side air intake system where it does pass air through the whole entire side profile of the vehicle. I think it looks really nice. And you also have this very unique design, kind of like caved inward to the door card area, as well as the front line that carries from the front fender and carries throughout the whole entire side profile of the vehicle. I think it looks really nice. And we even get a little bit of a larger rear fender to this model compared to that of the S3 model. Now, getting to the back, full LED tail lights. They do have your turn signals finished in the amber design, which is very nice. You also have your reverse light there, and these can actually change the overall design of them as well. So you could change the front and you could change the back, which is pretty nice. And then you have a rear spoiler over here. Behind here, this is the new rear diffuser that the RS3 got. So compared to before, this one has a new rear diffuser that actually has some opening there. I don't know if you could see, but it does have a little bit more opening to add more aerodynamics to this vehicle and kind of lower the overall drag of this model. And then you do have your reflector light right in the middle that kind of alludes to the Formula One Audi that's going to be starting to race next year, which I'm very happy to see that. And then we get the oval dual exhaust outlets. Now there is 2 exhausts on either end, so it's a quad exhaust type setup. So let's go ahead and actually hear how it sounds. That turbo inline 5-cylinder is super unique in its overall sound. Honestly, it's one of the most unique engines to be ever offered. Now let's go ahead and continue talking about the overall rear. As you see, we do have your RS3 badging over there with your red logo on the side of that, and you also find your Audi badging at the back, finished in white compared to the front where it is in a gray finish. Now opening up the trunk, as you see, it's not a power trunk, but that's okay because it is the RS3 and it's going to be really nice back here. As you see, tons of overall width. You also have a tons of depth into this vehicle. We even get some grocery hooks on the side over here, which is a huge benefit. And then opening this up, that can actually be used right here to keep it in place. So just in case if you need to get into the battery area. So this is exactly where your battery is going to be housed for this model. You see there is tons of other space inside of this cubby space on either end, and you have your fix-a-flat right there as well. You also get some cubby space on either side and a 12-volt right there, which is a huge benefit for this model. But overall, the size of this rear trunk is going to be great, and you can lower the rear seats to add more space. All right, so getting into the rear, just want to know something really quick. Not only does the front door have proximity sensor, but also the rear door. So that means that you don't have to go to the front in order to open up the back. You could just quickly open it up from the back, and you can lock it from the back, which is a huge benefit. So let's go ahead and open up the door. Very nice, hefty door, which you'd expect from an Audi product. We have some plastic up at the top, ambient lighting right here. You have a nice door handle finish in a gunmetal gray finish. I really like the design. And we have suede in this insert right here, speaker grill, your tweeter, and then you have your Sonos speaker down here. Nice finish for this grab handle right here, finished in the same gunmetal gray. And then you have your window switch gear with the red stitching across it, because this interior does come with the red interior. Now, I will say you can get a green design for the stitching, as well as your seat belts, and even the vents over there can go ahead and have some red piping to them. But overall, very nice. As you see, very plush design for the rear seats. You have your Isofix right here as well, which is a benefit. And you can lower these seats right here at the back. Once you do that, you could fold them. You even have a ski pass-through when you fold this one right here as well. But let's go ahead and get into the interior. Getting inside is actually pretty nice. It's not that bad for a sedan, typically it's very hard to get into a sedan, sit at 5'10". So sitting back here behind myself, very nice. I have about maybe an inch left of overall legroom. Nice netting over here to put some stuff in. Rear vents right here, you can actually have it heated or cooled. 2 USB Type-Cs, and then over here you do have large cup holders, which is a huge benefit for the North American market. Very nice seats. I like the way it feels. Over here, headroom wise, since we do have the sunroof in this model, they do have a little bit of an indentation over here, so then the rear occupants can sit back here. Sitting up tall, I have probably about 0.5 inches of headroom left, and you do have LED dome lights back here. But sitting back, very nice interior space. I really like the way it feels back here. Let's get into the front. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the interior. So opening the door, very nice hefty door. We have soft injection molding up at the top. We also have this ambient lighting, gunmetal gray finish, door lock and unlock right there. Your presets for your power seats. We also have your window switch gear, as well as your control for your side mirrors. Sonos speaker grill right here, and you have a tweeter. We also have this nice diamond cut design for the ambient lighting that goes across this suede material. Nice red accent stitching that goes across here, and in some nice cubby space as well. We have the RS3 sill plates finished in a nice metal design. And then these seats right here, as you see, they are the RS seats with the diamond quilt design, has the red accents, and we even have some red suede that goes across the side part of it. But full power seats, lumbar control is finished in a 4-way, and then we have a manual for the thigh extender right here. But let's go ahead and get into the interior and turn this puppy on. Inline 5-cylinder. God, it always sounds so good. So the first thing you're going to notice straight off the bat compared to the pre-facelift model is a flat top and flat bottom steering wheel. So it's all new. This first came out with the e-tron GT RS model and then they started applying it across the board. So you'll find it in the S5, you'll find it as well as in the SQ5, and now we see it here in the RS3 model. We have some nice gunmetal gray finish for the paddle shifters at the back. You got your performance button, and then you have your RS button right here that you can go ahead and choose the preset. So once you get into here, you can actually change it. So you have like an individual mode right there to control it, which is very nice to see. We also have this new column design for your button layout, so you can change the view of your instrument cluster to go ahead and have the full-on navigation embedded into there, like you see right there. I really like this setup because then you have the gauge minimalized, but then you have your full-on navigation right down the middle, as most of Audis have had in the past. Two large vents over here, and you have two large vents across there for the passenger. As you see, we do have the carbon fiber finished over here on the top section with the Quattro badging right there. Nice soft injection molding across the whole entire top, and then down the middle we do find your heads-up display. But it's a very nice interior, cubby space on either end. You even get a large glove compartment finished in a nice felt with a damp design as well. And then down the middle you do have your center console area, so you can go ahead and put some things in there. Now this can stay in place like other Audis and slide forward and back, which is a huge benefit if you so desire to do that. We have some more cubby space right here, 12-volt outlet right there as well, and in your emergency parking brake, two large cup holders, and then you have your switch gear right here to go ahead and put it into reverse, drive, and neutral. Now as you see, we do have the 360 degrees camera, so once you go ahead and do that, it will go ahead and have trajectory as well. Looks pretty good. I actually like the way that it looks on either side of the whole entire reverse camera and then the side 360 cameras. But in this center console, you have your start button right there, finished in red like other RS3 models or any RS model, as well as S models. You also find a nice large center wireless charging pad right there, two USB Type-Cs, and then a drive selection mode, traction control off, your emergency lights. You actually have a dedicated button right here for the parking assistance, and then you have your safety button to go ahead and turn on some safety stuff, so you can go ahead and do that right there. And then your whole entire climate control is actual physical buttons and it's not embedded into the display, which is really nice to see. You have a ton of different modes for your AC, and then you have your fan speed on either end, as well as the controller to go ahead and increase the overall coolness or heat for this model. But overall, the interior is very nice, and then we have a large sunroof over here, very wide sunroof. As you see, it does open up and it's not closed off, which is pretty nice, and adds a ton of lighting into this cabin space, which is really nice to see. Now we also find LED lighting over here. They are touch capacitors, so you do have to press that button right there. And then down here, your sun visors. Let's go ahead and see if it does retract itself. Yes, it does. That's a huge plus, especially over here in America, where you really need that as well. But let's go ahead and actually get to the driving portion of this video. All right, so let's go ahead and put it into drive, which is very straightforward and down, and let's take this puppy out for a drive. Now, like I mentioned, this model, this RS3, is powered by a 2.5 liter turbocharged inline 5-cylinder, producing 394 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. Now, this model does come with the all-wheel drive system and the 7-speed DCT transmission, which is a huge plus. Now, this model also competed in the Nürburgring record holder right now, beating out the BMW M2 with 7 minutes and 33 seconds at the Nordschleife, which is absolutely amazing. Hats off to the Audi team, the Audi Sport team, for going ahead and getting that done. But let's go ahead and take it out for a drive over here, setting off in comfort mode. Feels really good. That 2.5 is actually very peppy, and the displacement is actually pretty nice, 2.5 liters, which many of you know has been around for quite some time with the RS3. The last generation RS3 actually had the exact same engine, had a little bit more horsepower, but regulations kind of switch it over. But sitting here in these seats, these bucket seats, feel very nice. They hug you very well around your torso, and even the thigh section feels very good as well. I can't wait to like drive it around the curves to see how it feels. Now, setting off in comfort mode, you could really feel that it really wants to get up and go. It doesn't really want to just stay in traffic, and that's like a huge benefit for Audi products. But let me go ahead and shut up and let you guys hear. And so even though we do have these larger 19-inch wheels, I will say they're not really that bad with like adding any NVH from the exterior of those, the rotation of the wheels into the cabin space. I actually really like the way this sounds overall. But, you know, driving here, coasting 42 miles per hour, not bad at all. Let's go ahead and test these ceramic brakes that they have for this model. Pretty good biting, helps out a lot when it comes to stopping this vehicle. Oh, it feels really good overall. Even the turning in right there, it's very sharp and precise. As you see right there, you know, it is direct, which is a huge benefit for a vehicle that you're daily driving, because this is easily a daily driver, but it does have that area where you can just go ahead and drive it out on the track, which is another great thing about RS models. I just can't believe how direct the steering wheel feels. You know, let's go ahead and actually drop it into the performance mode really quick. And it already livens up, changes everything over. Let's put it into S for the drive. Manual mode. Oh my God, that thing sounds so good. Oh shit! Oh, that feels good. Whoa! Oh my God. Holy crap. Let me go ahead and see how it feels again. Oh, you guys need to try this out. Whoa, that feels good. Oh my goodness gracious. The way that that rear just grips up, and you could really feel the performance that Audi has done for this model. It makes sense why this car did so well around the Nürburgring. You could tell, even though they really didn't change too much with the overall horsepower compared to the pre-facelifted model, you could really feel where Audi went ahead and focused on, and that was that rear differential at the back. That thing pushes this car forward like if it's a rear-wheel drive vehicle, which is unheard of when it comes to an Audi product, because most of the time, you know, they are, you know, a all-wheel drive system, yes, but they're more front-wheel drive based all-wheel drive systems. But it still feels really good how this sport differential just hugs and pushes you at the back. Let me go ahead and see how it feels going around this curve right here. Oh wow, Audi, you know what, you guys are the best. BMW doesn't even compete. Let's just stop there. That's it. Like, that is how good this vehicle feels. Oh my goodness, please guys, please try this vehicle out. This is something else. I have never driven a car where it has that much amount of power being distributed to the rear wheels like this does. Like, it's just a rocket ship. It's a pocket rocket, and it feels like no other car I've ever driven. This is phenomenal. And even going around those curves, you can really feel how direct this steering wheel feels. Like, it's super direct. It hugs the curves, gets you around those corners, and it does it in a proper way. Like it feels like you're literally on rails the whole entire time, even though it is a rear biased all-wheel drive system for the performance mode. Whenever you do put in performance mode, it just feels perfect. That's exactly what I want from a performance-oriented vehicle. Audi has delivered once again. All right, so I went ahead and turned on the rear active torque splitter at the rear. Let's see how it handles around this corner really quick. You can hear the turbo blow off. It go. Wow, magnificent car. Audi, honestly, great job. You have made an automotive enthusiast extremely happy and proud of what you did. Hats off. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. And if you guys are interested in purchasing this RS3 right here or any other Audi products, make sure to go ahead and contact the general manager, Florin, that works over here at Audi Miami South, and use promo code Let's Go Florin for additional savings. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.